Hey guys, this is Daniel Dr. D, and I'm back with another review. This time I'm going to be comparing some DACs with sound demos at the end, 4 different DACs in particular, and we'll have sound demo with the same song at the end of the video here. The DACs in question are going to be the Space Tech Labs 512DSD-2, which retails for roughly around $3,000. We also have the Rowland Aeris DAC, which retails for around $13,000 to $14,000. We have the Denefrips Aries 2, which is about $900, as well as the Lampizator Baltic 4, which retails for around $6,000 to $7,000, I believe. Now, I want to clarify something because most of this is my fault, and that is because people criticize me because I sometimes compare gear that costs much more money than other types of gear, costing far less. And I just want to clarify that the reason I am doing that is to help those who maybe can't afford something that is expensive, like the DACs that you'll see here, to a DAC that costs very little money. Is there an appreciable difference? You're going to want to wear your earbuds and determine for yourself to give you just sort of an idea. Is it worth spending the extra money? That's the reason that I'm doing it. It's technically not fair to compare items that are much more expensive, right? So obviously there should be some differences. However, I will just be honest with you. I have found that the differences with DACs are very subtle at best. They're not like dramatic differences. If I turn my tone control on my treble on my preamplifier and I did 2 recordings, you're going to hear a difference. Is it worth spending thousands of dollars just to hear that little difference in tone? It may be worth it for some, and that's perfectly fine. If you feel justified that you can hear a difference, then it is worth it. For me, I'm not at that level where I feel I'm a good enough audiophile to hear those differences. I've only been audiophile for 7 years, and to me that's still not enough time. Like compared to telescopes, I've been doing optical comparisons for 30 years, so I have a much more vast experience with telescopes than I do with audio. So it's very easy for me to discern the quality of optical systems compared to audio. I think I do have a great appreciation for veteran audiophiles who spend a lot of time appreciating these subtleties. So there's nothing wrong with spending several $1,000s on a DAC if you feel it's justified. So by all means, do it. I am using a simple Denefrips Aries 2, which is in this comparison, and a topping D30, for $130. But I'm content with it. It's fine, And I did a question to people one time in a forum. I said, "What do you think changes sound more? Is it your DAC, or is it your receiver, or preamplifier, or your amplifier, or is it the speakers, the quality of the recording, the room acoustics? What is it that makes the biggest difference?" By far, the biggest vote was for the recording quality, the speakers, and the room acoustics, and I would tend to agree with that without question. You can spend several $1,000s on any speaker and try several thousand on a different speaker, and the sound is going to be very noticeably different compared to DACs. So I think the differences, once again, in DACs is subtle at best. So it's just my personal thoughts on the matter. Nevertheless, you've got this comparison here. You're going to want to wear your earbuds, and hopefully you guys will appreciate it. Now, I will tell you, build quality wise, the Rowland Aeris is by far the most superior build quality of any of the DACs here, and the Space Tech Labs. Those two are very, very well built and nicely made. The Rowland Aeris DAC also has a separate power transformer, which I'll show you in just a moment. The build quality on the Lampizator versus the price, I just thought, you got to be kidding me. I don't mind bent, sheet metal, stamped out sheet metal. It's fine. It's just price it correctly. But Lampizator, I don't know what's going on with that thing. So some of you are probably asking, what happened to the Space Tech Labs 1024 Ultra DAC? Well, unfortunately, I couldn't make it part of this review because there were some copyright issues with one of the songs, and so I had to retake the videos. And by the time we had taken new videos with the new DAC, we had already, Bob and I had already installed the new open baffles in the room, and so it just wouldn't be valid here in this particular case. But we do have the other recordings here for you with these other DACs in question that are part of this review. But I would just tell you off the just my experience, that 1024 Ultra DAC by Space Tech Labs, for me, is just the finest DAC I've ever heard, even more so than any of these. The reason for that, I think, mostly has to do with the soundstage. It just stands out so large in scale. And I don't know what the reasons, I don't know what the magic recipe is for that thing, but that DAC was my favorite. I don't know if that particular aspect of it would have been audible in the videos. So there's limitations of what the videos can do, but we just do the best we can. So I do apologize that it couldn't be part of this review. I also want to thank Bob for working with me to help bring these reviews about for you guys with sharing with some of this gear. So all right. Anyway, here's a closer look at the Jeff Rowland. And you can see it's all machined aluminum and air and whatnot. So OCD Mikey knows a lot about these DACs and Jeff Rowland products, so I would refer to him. He's way more experienced than I am. This is a separate power supply for the Jeff Rowland DAC, and there's RCAs as well as balanced, XLR feature there. So this is the Baltic 4. This one has the stamped metal. I don't really understand. This is my least favorite DAC of the whole thing, was the Baltic 4. I just found it sound more digital-like than tube-like, if anything. And I just didn't care for it in this review. It's my least favorite, but I'll let you guys be the judge. So let's get going. Here we go.